with a gentleman who is definitely wanting to carry the burdens of other people. His name is Geoffrey Soyiantet. Geoffrey, are you with us?
Yes, thank you.
Well, Geoffrey, great to talk to you. You are with an organization called Vitendo4africa, right?
That's correct.
Tell us a little bit about first of all, what does Vitendo mean?
Sure. Vitendo is a Swahili word, actually. It means action.
Action.
Yes.
Action. And the significance of action with your group is what?
The reason why we came up with the word Vitendo is actually trying to encourage people to theories, but also try to put into actions what they talk about.
Okay, so don't just talk the talk, but walk the walk.
Walk the walk.
Okay, Vitendo4africa. Okay, and now you yourself are from Africa, aren't you?
Yes, I'm originally from Kenya.
From Kenya. Okay, and we have other people with us today that are from Africa, also from Kenya. We have, and they will speak to us a little bit later. We have Benjamin and Simon and Leah and Helen. Now, you're going to have an event that's going to be Africa. Tell us a little bit about that event. What is it called, and what will you have there?
Yeah, and the purpose of this event is actually to emphasize and give people an opportunity to know more about the medical mission that we're planning to go to Kenya. Where people will be able to know more about what the mission trip is gonna involve, and also encourage people who want to go with us, so that they can be able to know how much they can be, the opportunity they have to impact people's life.
Wow. So people that really feel like maybe they wanted to contribute and help people over in Africa could actually go. They have to pay for themselves though, right?
Yes, there is
How
a
much
cost
is
involved.
it? How much will they have to pay to go?
Yeah, basically when it comes to the medical mission, there is the air ticket part that is you have to pay, and this time we encourage people to plan ahead so that you can be able to book early in advance. The cost of the air tickets, it ranges between 16 to 18 and then there is also the cost that is involved when it comes to the local traveling from point A to point B.
So you're talking $1,600 to $1,800.
Yes.
And then so the total trip, because you're going to have some places to stay over there, and there will be some things provided, but the total cost, you think somebody should put aside about $3,000, right?
Absolutely.
About $3,000 if you want to go. Put that aside, and you can comfortably travel with the group and know that everything's going to probably be paid for with that $3,000, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, how many people are going so far?
Right now we have around 15 people.
Okay.
And but the target we want is to get at least 20 to 30 people.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you've got
And
another maybe 15 that could go.
Yeah, even 15 we want, but we also want to emphasize the young people, because we want also them to, as they go, there is that part of them even enjoying the safari, because the other part will be the safari. And when they go from the experiences they learn when they're on the trip, when they come back, it will be another program that we want to establish here. They will be visiting to local institutions, sharing their experiences, and also be able to give people an opportunity to connect with the other people in the other world.
So what do you want to accomplish with this trip? What kinds of things do you want to help the people in Kenya with? What kinds of things would you bring to them?
Basically, one of the biggest challenge in the developing world, Kenya included, will be the medical equipment and supplies. And we have had people who have never walked. Normally they use a wheelbarrow to transport them from point A to point B. Somebody has an injury, has broken down their leg or something, they don't have a wheelchair, they don't have their walkers, and we have been collecting them around here from friends.
So you're going to bring them? You're going
Yes.
to bring these things to people?
Yes, we want to ship them, and as we go, we want to take some of them with us. And then when we go there, we'll be able to give them to the people who need them.
So you have some people over in Kenya that are going to receive these items and help you to distribute them?
Yes, we have people who are already on the ground.
Great.
Right.
So you're going to bring medical supplies, you're going to bring some doctors,
Yes.
doctors, dentists, different people are going to be going with you.
Nurses and also the non-medical professionals, they're also included.
You want the non-medical people to maybe give people over there an incentive to start their own business, right?
Yeah.
And to give them a little bit of instruction.
Exactly. Just sharing whatever you're good at. There is also room. There will always be a room that you can be able to impact people's life. It can be you just go there. You want to share the gospel. There is room for that.
Right. Evangelism
Exactly.
will be going on.
If it's people just teaching people about hygiene. You don't have to be a professional, medical professional.
Health, hygiene.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, so now, so you're going to be talking about all of that at this and information. There's going to be some fun things, right?
It'll be fun over there. We'll be able to have we're trying to bring Africa closer to people.
African clothing and maybe some art or some things, all about Africa.
Exactly.
So people that, would love to celebrate and appreciate Africa could enjoy coming there, even if they don't want to go on the trip, right?
That would be the best place
and
for them.
And of course,
to
you're always accepting people that want to donate. If
Yes.
anybody wants to get behind this and use this as something that they would invest their money in to be able to help for a good cause.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a break right now. And when we come back, we're going to hear a little bit more about some things that have to do with Vitendo4Africa. And we're going to have some testimonies of some of our folks that actually came to America from Africa, what their experiences were like, and maybe some of the prayers that God has answered for them. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Come, ye people, gather here to hear the news of good cheer. The King of Kings, the Lamb of
Okay, we're back. I'm here with Geoffrey, and he is with Vitendo4Africa. And Geoffrey's been telling us about it, and it's going to be where people can hear all about Vitendo4Africa. They can appreciate the art of Africa and all of the culture and see the different dress that people wear in Africa, and hear about a trip that's going to be going on in June where people can actually go to Africa, to Kenya, and help some people over there and bring some of their experiences from the United States to Africa. Now, this part of the show, we're going to be talking with some of our other guests that are from Africa, from Kenya. We have Benjamin, Simon, Helen, and Leah, and we're going to have some stories about how God answered some prayers for them. So first of all, we're going to listen to Helen, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her experiences coming over here and what God did to answer prayer for her. Okay? Okay, so Helen, tell us, you said that there was a prayer that you prayed and God answered it for you.
It was about like few years ago when it was like 2003, and I had a problem with my eye. So, and I prayed to God that I may get healed. And once I went to the hospital, the operation went good, which was in year 2 or 4. And after that, I haven't had any problem with it since then. So I'm healed.
So, and you and these young people are in their 20s, and they came over here, and some of their families came over, and some of them came by themselves. But it's just, I'm so impressed with these young people that came over here and how they've adjusted to life in America. So tell us a little bit, Leah. What happened to you?
Okay. In 2004, I was told I had a breathing problem. So my mom took me to a hospital. They told me I had asthma. So myself, I didn't know what asthma was because nobody in my family had asthma before. So I didn't know what was that.
Yeah.
So I asked my mom, she told me it was nothing. She didn't want me to worry.
Yeah.
So after a year, I used to go to church and fellowship on Wednesday. So after a year, I came to discover what it was. I didn't want to have it because I had a friend who had asthma. She was, every time she used to wake up and go to the hospital and all that because she didn't breathe or anything.
Yeah.
So I believed I'll be healed. So I went to a hospital. Then they told me, you have to get the inhaler. But I told my mom, no, I can't get it. So one day I went to a fellowship on a Wednesday. There was this pastor who, I believed he used to heal, and I was like, today is my day, so I had faith that day. So I went, I gave a testimony, what was going on in my life. So the pastor prayed for me, and because I believed that I'll be healed.
Absolutely.
After that, I went to the hospital. They told me they couldn't detect anything to do with asthma or anything.
Praise God. Wonderful. See the power of prayer. The
I know.
power of prayer. That's amazing.
I know.
Wow. Awesome. And now we have Simon. And Simon is actually the person that with Vitendo is in charge of the youth. And so when young people come over here from Africa, then Simon helps them. And they're going to have an activity coming up, aren't they, Simon? It's going to be, Crazy Olympics?
Yeah, that's Crazy Olympics.
When is it going to be?
It's going to be on May 11th.
On May 11th. Now, you don't have a location yet, but last year you had it at the, Forest Park Community College?
No, that's Flow
Flow Valley.
Community College.
Flow Valley, okay. And so maybe you'll have it there again. You're not really sure, but it's on May 11th.
Yeah,
right?
it's on May 11th, and we are hoping to have it over there. We usually have different activities, sports, fun things that involve the youths.
Well, Crazy Olympics. That means crazy forms of
crazy fun.
contests and
Yeah.
fun and all the things that young people like to do.
Yeah, sure.
And so you kind of are the youth leader in charge of that, right?
Yes, I am.
So tell us a little bit. Do you have a prayer that God answered for you?
Most definitely, yes. All along my life, I've seen God's favor upon my life. Me being here today in a first world country is a blessing in itself.
Yes.
Having been born in a herbal family back in Kenya,
Yeah.
being the first person, the firstborn, and still the first guy in my family to attend university, and now having an opportunity to attend first class universities in the world is a blessing in itself.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And people just take the United States for granted, don't they? They just don't appreciate what we have. But, you all do. And it's just great to visit with you and to hear the great appreciation that you have for and all of the steps that you've taken to get here and to be involved in better your lives and everything. It's just amazing. I'm so proud of all of you. It's
Thank
just participate or contribute to this trip that they're going to take to Kenya in June. You would call. You go to www.vitendo, Vitendo, the number 4, Africa, Africa.org. That's www.vitendo, number 4, Africa.org. And the telephone number is 314-252-0488. And you can ask for Geoffrey. Thank you, Geoffrey. And thank everybody that's been here, Helen, Leah, Benjamin, and Simon. And everybody, just stay with us for a little bit. We're going to have another song, and then Wendell's going to come, and he's going to talk with us a little bit about carrying one another's burdens. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Here am I.
So grateful to have met these people, these young people, and very courageous people that have come from another country over here and want to help their country, and they want to help the people here in America as well. And in Deuteronomy 1:31, as these young people are carrying the burdens of one another and carrying the burdens of their countrymen back in Kenya, it says that in the wilderness, the Lord your God carried you, just as a man carries his son. And just as the way that you have walked, he has carried you. So we want to remember to carry one another's burdens, and we will, in that way, fulfill the law of Christ. The law of Christ is to love the Lord your God with all your mind, soul, body, and strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself. And so let's do that. Let's carry one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. This has been Joyce and Wendell Fry with the SOS broadcast saying, carry Jesus in your heart every day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.